So if you're watching this video, you are exactly where you need to be. So sometimes we are being pulled out, and sometimes we're being pulled in. Sometimes we're being kind of directed to look at our past because of the things that come up naturally. And then we are doing the best that we can to actually shape these experiences here. So I just noticed that I injected some more something that I almost distracted myself. It's okay. It's okay. This is the practice that I'm in with my body and with following this channeling stream of energy. And sometimes I lose it. But I want you to see and feel for yourself how that can feel. Because if you can tune your frequency to what's going on, you can start to feel what's going on here. That you can start to feel me shifting frequencies. So this, by training like this, you can actually start to adjust your frequency to my frequency, because I'm emitting frequency right now. I'm channeling a frequency. It is a particular frequency that is of a very high vibration, and it's from the Ascended Masters, because that's Jesus, Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron. Those energies I commune with daily, so they are very much helping me. Also Saint Germain, very much helping me to anchor all this light in this way. So by me anchoring light, I am emitting a frequency. There's a frequency that I have allowed through my body. I have just come out of a 5-year deep initiation where I was tested deeply with a lot of different codependent patterns. And so what I managed to do with that, because on the outside it seemed very narcissistic and quite chaotic, and I felt I was being pulled in 2 different ways, and it was very manipulative on an emotional level. But what it seems like on the outside was like almost like telling a different story. So I had to really question myself. And so when I did that, I just couldn't focus outside anymore. It's a rainbow now. It's beautiful. Wow. This is really beautiful, actually. This is what I've found also, that this alignment has helped Gaia I can feel Gaia after this transformation. I see her signs. I can talk, I can commune with her. And she's sometimes speaking to me, which she did today. And it's a lot about getting into the body and getting into the present, and not be superimposing past experiences onto the world, but just, hey, no, this is not reality, knowing what things are. And then making sure that you harmonize those energies within you. Once I did that, I made such a big, I feel like my whole life was actually crescendoing until I ended this connection that was triggering all of this. And it was basically me, I had switched to believing that anything outside, this is why it needed to be like that. Because it needed to be so different from what I felt inside that I would either completely lose myself and my soul, or I would snap back into correctness of who I am here. And I chose the last one. That means I chose myself. That means that everything outside, I can't rely on you anymore in the same way. So I switched everything inside. I can only be with this and only speak from this perspective. Because as a light being, I could feel everyone. I could feel everyone. I could feel with my body. I could pick up with my body what people were feeling. And it was odd for me. I thought it was me and my feelings. So I took on everyone else's feelings. And so everyone liked me a lot because I transmuted a lot of energy for people. Not really knowing that I was doing that, but I was doing that all the time. And so I do that naturally with whoever is coming in contact with me. That is just something that just happens because I am an alchemist. I cannot not do this. It's impossible now because I've developed so many habits of transmuting energy. And they are just automatic now. Everything is just automatically getting transmuted to light and harmony. And so I switched from thinking that anything outside can help me to only focusing on me and my relation to the outside. So that means things have to be my way. So I started saying no. I decide what goes here. And that was me claiming my sovereignty. And that is a big deal, actually. It's a big deal energetically, because that means that my duality has been cleared enough for my soul mission to land. That's why I'm speaking with you. Because what I have done energetically is big. It's basically transcending from the dualistic perspective to the non-dualistic perspective predominantly. That means that everyone is fluctuating. Everyone has a range. But then you can be here or you can be here. So you can move your main frequency higher. And that's what I've done. And I've moved the needle enough for these higher beings to commune with me. And that's what happens. And so that's what I'm inviting you also, is to practice this way of being. And I have to just say, to be in the non-dualistic perspective, there are certain type of rules. And if you adhere to those rules, you can stay. Which means you get to stay in a high frequency. Because once you flip the switch, it is sort of a switch from believing you're asleep to actually fully awaken to this reality. And you know that you have something to say here. In truth, who you are. None of your conditioning. Because that's not you. Literally. It's not you. And I can sense those things. I sense them in my field. Sometimes when people think of me, I can feel it. And I can feel what flavor frequency they're thinking of me with. But my game is to be in my body and shine my light. And so I'm here shining my light, sharing with you, knowing that you also have a bright light that I know is there. I just hope by me shining a little bit of my light that you can let more of yours through as well. And with that, we can land deeper into this experience so that we see the truth of this experience. So that we don't see sides, but that we see in the middle. Gaia's message is so much about it. Don't take it too seriously. Just connect with me. You know, don't stress too much. Just trust, connect. And once you have harmonized enough of these opposite ends, what we're talking about here is to combine them. It doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, but to develop masculine qualities and also your female qualities, both, even if you're a male body or a woman body, just so that you can always choose to be a certain way. We're not talking about the way that you present yourself, because the way that you present yourself through the body can be very authentically a woman or very authentically a man. But the most important thing is that you are harmonizing these energies within yourself, because then only then can you know fully who you are, because you're not either or. So if you're one of these that are a little bit caught up in these like gender things, it's very important that you just realize that, hey, we're talking about two different things. That's what this duality there is about as well. Because on one side, you have the ones that wants to be called all these pronouns, but that's because they feel something inside and they feel that they're predominantly a certain way. And that's their energy body. And they're absolutely right. But then on the opposite end, you have the logical people that are talking about the genitals. So obviously they're not speaking the same language even. So that's the first thing that needs to happen. So of course it's going to be opposite ends. But we have to both just go, they're talking about the things that is hanging out of the body or not. And then we are actually talking about how we feel, because the feeling is totally different. That just means that you're predominantly feeling one side. That means you're unbalanced, actually. That's what that means. And use that to start to balance internally. Because once you know that when you feel a certain way, that is because you are unbalanced. It's not who you are. You're not overly masculine and you're not overly feminine. Maybe you came in wanting to express something, but also know when you have what you're naturally expressing is going to be the habit. So you have to actually, to change it, you have to go the other way. So you have to fight a little bit, almost. Like you have to effort. If you just do something natural, that just means that that's what you have, your habit. Your habit is there. But the whole point is to break the habit so that we balance these frequencies. And when you have balanced enough of them, truly, and that also means like what people call forgiveness and things like that. When you truly have forgiven the reflection that you've placed upon your brother or sister, when you truly actually forgive that, and it doesn't come up again, it's not like you're having once a month a little anger burst or some trigger that reminds you, right? All of those things needs to be harmonized. That, once you have predominantly in a good state there, then those things have been processed. And you can feel that. There's a sense of achievement there. But you have to know what's going on. Like there are cycles of things. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening to these videos. I am actually very grateful that you're here. Just that you're wanting to take the time to listen to this. That makes me really happy, because that makes me feel that someone else is interested in what I know so much about. And so that makes me happy. If you're interested in working with me, there's a link in the description. If you like this video, I have some others that you can check out. If not, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.